I built a portfolio with absolutely zero web dev experience. Hello everybody. I'm Avis and I like making games and C++. Here are some of the stuff I have built. But there's one problem. I know nothing about web development. And apparently every developer is supposed to have some experience with web development. So I decided to learn some basics by building a simple portfolio. I knew that people usually build websites using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript or using some alternative frameworks, but upon further research, I realized that HTML and CSS are enough for my case. But I already ran into my first problem. I don't know neither HTML nor CSS. Well, I remember some simple HTML from long ago, and for the CSS, I could just learn it as I built the portfolio. I got started by creating a file and opened it in Visual Studio Code. I created the index.html file and the stylesheet.css file, and I linked them using this line of code. So in terms of HTML, we can divide the website into two main parts, the head and the body. The head contains stuff like the title of the website, the icon, and other stuff, also including the line that links the CSS file. The body contains stuff like the headers, paragraphs, and basically almost everything you see on the page. So it's something like this. Now let's get started with actually putting stuff on the website. So by using these header tags, we can put a header on the website, but it doesn't look the greatest. So this is where CSS comes in. Think of HTML like the skeleton or the framework of the website, and CSS like the styling or the decoration of the website. Using CSS properties, we can adjust the header to change it to what we want. Stuff like fonts, colors, and more. So after applying CSS, we get this. Nice. Then I just made the subheader and styled it to my liking. Now, if I open the website or reset it, the elements just appear. This allowed me to explore the world of CSS animations. I'm familiar with animations from game engines and video editing softwares. Animations are created like this by writing @ keyframes and the name of the animation. After that, we can define percentages, where 0% is the starting point and 100% is the end point. So at 0%, the opacity is 0 and moved up by -100 pixels, and at 100%, the opacity is 1 and it is moved back to its original position. Now, there is finally some life to the elements. Now, the website looks pretty empty, so I decided to add a bar on top of the website that would contain links to my different socials. For this, I used a div element, which is just a container. After defining a height for it, I had this weird problem where the top and the sides of the div would not touch the top and the sides of the website. This took a really long time to fix, and turns out I just had to set the padding and the margin of the body to 0. Basically, padding is the space inside the box and margin is the space outside the box. After that, I just put the icons in the div and surrounded them with href tags. So when you click on the icon, it opens the link. And by setting the target to blank, we can make it so the link opens in a new tab. And of course, I added animations to it. So now we have this. Cool. Next, I wanted to have something like this where I can display my games. For this, I just used the image tag like this and used CSS properties to round the corners. Then I applied a border to it and added a description and a title. Then I surrounded the image tag with href tags so that on clicking the link, the user would be redirected to the game page. So here it is. Next, I just did the same for another game. Since the website would be too long, I just put a button that links to my itch.io. The button looked out of place and I really couldn't figure out why, so I just let it be. Then similar to the My Game section, I added a My Project section, which is the exact same as the My Game section, but of course instead of games, these are projects. I just added one because this is really the only project I have public on GitHub, except the rhythm game template. Then I added an about me section which just has facts about me as paragraph tags. And finally I made a background in Twitter and put it as the background of the website with these lines. And also I found out why the button looked wrong. It is because it was the wrong font. Anyways, so here's the website now. The HTML and CSS I wrote is very messy and not ideal, but at least it works. So overall, pretty fun experience. I know this is the easy part of web dev, but yeah, HTML and CSS are very easy and fun for a simple website like this. I don't think I'll be switching to web dev anytime soon though. I'll stick with game dev and C++ for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.